Karina here, your Lucid Living Coach. I was reminded yesterday that I forgot to do Coffee and Cosmos. I've been extremely tired for the last couple days. This energy is pretty intense, and I will be talking about where that energy might be coming from. So I'm just getting set up. I'm going to refill my coffee one more time and let people log on if they haven't logged on already. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Just wanting to reiterate a lot of things that are going on. And yeah, we got some massive shifts going on. All right. Hi. Hi, Ashley. Nice to see you. Okay. I'm going to get started. What day is it? January 7th. This is our second day in the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. Now, we've been talking, us astrologists have been talking about these Pluto-Saturn conjunction because it marks a very important day in humanity, especially shown from the past. So that's what astrologists do. We look at certain placements of planets and we look at the past to see how it correlated with things that had happened in society to better prepare and predict what things can and could happen, right? So I want to start off with that. Hi. So what is Saturn? Saturn is the planet of karma, restriction, the three-dimensional reality. It is the father of time, and it represents authority. It represents government systems, power, okay? Pluto's more of power than Saturn, but Saturn's pretty powerful. It is the constrictor planet, and it works along with Jupiter, which is the expansion planet. And Saturn is also the last planet that we could see with the naked eye. And that's the reason why we call it the planet of its limitations, so, because it's limited to a certain amount of space. Now we have Pluto. Oh, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, okay? Now we have Pluto. Pluto is the god of the underworld. It is the hidden things. It's sexuality. It's other people's money, it's investments, it's loans, it rules banks, it rules the genitals in the body. It is a water sign, and Scorpio, we all know, is the sign of secrets, seduction, power plays, all that stuff. So we have these two malefics. Malefics mean they're not do-gooders, okay? It's not negative, but they're like the naughty little planets of the zodiac, right? Those have become conjunct, okay? They're not exact yet, but they became conjunct yesterday. So we've been talking about this, and in past videos, I've talked about this conjunction being one of warlike vibrations, okay? So let me just talk a little bit about the past. Hi, Shaniqua. Good morning, Gingy. Sorry I didn't do Coffee and Cosmos yesterday. I was so drained, so tired for so many reasons. But okay, so this major conjunction will be exact on January 12th. We are at 22 degrees of Capricorn right now. So if you look in your chart, look for 22 degrees of Capricorn or 22 degrees of Cancer, and this is directly affecting your chart. You could also look at 22 degrees. You can look at, like, I don't know, 20 to 25 degrees of any planet within your chart, and it's also aspecting it, okay, in some way. So let's talk about the last time this major conjunction happened and what was found in history. So we have 1914 was Pluto and Saturn were conjunct in Cancer, which is opposite from its conjunction today, which is in Capricorn. What is Cancer? Cancer is our home, right? It's the crab. It carries its home on its back. It's mothering, it's nurturing, it's the moon, right? It's water. It ebbs and it flows. Now, when this conjunction happened in 1914, this is when the First World War broke out, okay? Because it's in Cancer, right? It's about homeland and protection. Cancers are very protective over their home and their family and the people they love. So that was the first. The second was 1946. This Pluto and Saturn conjunction happened in Leo. Now, this was post-World War II. And it was about, Leo is about entrepreneurship. It's about independence. And it is also about courage and protection as well. Then we have the conjunction in 1982. Now, this was the last time that Pluto and Saturn were conjunct, and it was in Libra. Okay, Libra is the balancing between the dark and the light. You could say the masculine and feminine, right? And this was about reconstructing our partnerships and marriages. Now, today, here we go. 37, 38 years later, we have the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, which rules structure and time, right? So we are having a system reboot as far as like our structures, and there's a dismantling that is in play right here from prior ways of doing government systems, right? And value systems, as well as our relationship that we have with time and our relationship with those things that maybe we're told a certain thing, right? Maybe someone tells us, let's say the news or the media is telling us one thing, but then there's also these hidden things that we don't see. We don't see the whole side of the story. We're only seeing one perspective. Okay, so this is also highlighting this particular conjunction on how much are we seeing of the truth and how much is being hidden from us, and maybe the scandals or the lies that are happening to persuade the collective to think a certain way. Okay, so we're trying to move as a collective away from repeating history, right? Why do we have history taught in schools if we're not going to utilize it and make positive changes to change it, right? So if this just continues to like repeat of like, oh, we're listening to what's happening on the media and they're saying this because they want the okay to make some kind of violent like retaliation, and then it happens, and then it ruins our economy. I mean, it's a lot of money to go to war, right? It costs not only our own lives but our children's lives and our money in our pockets. Okay, so there's like a lot of this going on, and in the past it has had to do a lot with violence and war, and you could even be seeing it in your everyday life, right? Like you can see people holding on tight to their beliefs or like their religious beliefs or their money. Like, oh, I don't want this cryptocurrency blockchain technology to take off because I have so much money in the stocks, or I have so much money in these big corporations. Well, corporations, are kind of dwindling out. I mean, yes, we're still going to have them, but we have a lot of entrepreneurship. We have a lot of like self-made, self-employed. We have a lot of businesses, small mom and pop shops. And of course, we're all down to support those, right? So let's see. So with that all being said, like, I just want to give a little example of a story. Okay. So I have two stories of this kind of warlike, angry, and like energy. So I got home from a meeting in Oakland yesterday. I thought, oh, I'm going to stop by the grocery store and do some shopping. Well, there was a cart, you know, right by the tomatoes. And I look around and I didn't really see anyone. I don't even know whose cart it is. So I walk up and I'm just like, you know, I'm by the cart with my cart. And it's not like I was blocking the cart or anything. I was just near the cart and I was getting some tomatoes. And someone walks by me and elbows me in my side. And I look, and it was this woman. She didn't even look at me. She didn't even say, excuse me. She didn't even say, sorry. So I'm trying to understand what just happened. I'm like, why did she do that? And that seemed like she really had to go out of her way to reach to like elbow me. And I'm at a grocery store. I haven't seen this woman a day in my life. I don't know who she is. And I was just like, oh my God, was she totally just like super mad at me because I was near her cart? Could that be? I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. Like, and she was like walking away and I was like, wow. I was like, that was hella rude. And she's like, you're rude. And I'm like, I'm rude? I didn't even know I bothered you. You intentionally like touched me. Like, that's just not what it's about, right? So I didn't even know what to say to that. I was like, I'm sorry that you were so bothered by the fact that it was by your cart. That's kind of ridiculous. And she's like, see, I didn't even have to say nothing. You knew. I was like, I knew because you just poked me. Like, I don't know. That is just an example. So it's like the darkness, when the light is really bright and you are shining really bright, and there's darkness that increases, it's going to try to get you down. It's like, I'm not going to let that dumbass chick get me down, right? She has a world of problems if she's going to get that upset by the fact I was just by her cart. There's so many things to get mad about in this world right now. I mean, look at I mean, we are one. We're seeing like global change, weather change happening before our eyes. Like, we just had an earthquake last night in Puerto Rico. It was a 6.6. And before that, it was Indonesia at a 6.2. Now, there is a lot of radiation coming into our atmosphere. Like, I think it was on the 4th. Yeah, on the 4th, on Saturday, I saw that there was a spike in a KP. I started looking because I didn't see the coronal hole facing Earth since like the 21st of December. And there was a crack in the Earth's magnetosphere for like 2 hours. So there's stuff coming in. And then last night while we were sleeping, there was 2 neutron stars that was detected, another collision. So that's more radiation, more energy being dropped down, plus the coronal hole of the sun was facing Earth on the 4th and the 5th. So we have a lot of geomagnetic energy that's coming in to our atmosphere that is creating chaos in our weather. So, you know, this can cause shifts in earthquakes. Earthquakes they trigger like waves, big waves, tidal waves, tsunamis. Okay, so these are the things that we're looking at right now. On top of the fact that we have some violence happening over in Iran again. So what is this? Are we going to have a war on top of like Mother Gaia? Like, so upset. We're just going to wipe ourselves out if we keep freaking doing the same shit, the same fucking dance. I'm like so sick of all the corruption and all the lies that I see everywhere, just for an excuse to like fight and have violence and have power. Like, what? Who cares? The biggest people in the world care about power. We small people care about money. Just to get by, to pay our rent, to feed our mouths, to send our kids to college, to have a better future. And these mofos are up there at the top complaining about who's more powerful than who. They don't have to worry about food. We got to worry about food. And these poor people in other countries, they definitely don't have like the consumeristic economy that we have, because they not hella dumb like us. We just buy into everything. We just need to buy little plastic pieces of things, right? We just want them. We want this thing because we're raised to be consumers and to be robots and slaves to the big man. Can we just all see this now and then now start making changes? Because this has gone too far. This has gotten ridiculous. We only be working together to help Gaia, Earth. So she's chill, so she's cool. But this is the thing, because we have a stellium of planets. We have all these planets in Capricorn. We need to balance with Cancer. What's Cancer? Feminine energy, nurturing, mother. This is what we need to balance all this energy out, right? So think about how you're contributing in a negative way to society, to the economy, to the earth, and start making changes so we can move in the direction of more peace and harmony and evolution, because we're hella smart. You know, if you're hella smart, you don't need to throw up fists, because your words and your actions in a positive way can make change more than throwing up your fists or pulling out a gun and having a little fight, because that just, to me, is ignorance. It means that you don't know the higher meaning about things. Like, I always see the higher meaning. Okay, what was the universe trying to teach me right there? How could I reacted a little better, right? Then I had some other guy come up to me at my meeting where I do speeches, and he says, "Yeah, I really liked your speech, but I was a little thrown off by astrology." "Oh, why is that?" "Because it's devil worshiping." I was like, whoa. Oh, whoa, devil worshiping? What? Why is that? I just like to know, like, why do you think that is devil worshiping? Because it don't talk about Jesus. Well, sir, it's not a religion. It's not a religion. Oh, well, some people think that. No, they don't. Like, you think that, and you're wrong. So I don't know what to do. Like I have a quote, okay, for the Christians: "Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with the judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye might, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdst thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye?" Okay, so these are quotes directly out of the Christian Bible. And for some reason, it's just brushed over by a lot of people. You know, the dogma of religion is a big turnoff to me. I was raised Christian. I am Christian. And I could love astrology, and I could love the universe that God made, and I could love astronomy, right? That's just what I am and who I am. It doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me a balanced person. It makes me an open-minded person. And it makes me a person that wants to understand the other, or why is everyone so afraid? What is so scary about astrology? What is so scary about tarot? Tarot is literally just the hero's journey. The 22 major arcana is just a story about self-development. There's nothing evil about it. I was told my whole life that it was evil. I've studied it. I've learned it. And I think it's pretty amazing. It's fun. Okay. So I am passionate about what I do, what I talk about, and I'm passionate about humanity. And it hurts me when I see that humanity is being destroyed in so many ways. Like, I have traveled the world. I've seen a lot of people around the world that are humbled because of circumstances. And we are next. The universe is working on America because we are the consumers. We are the power mongers. We have destroyed our own people, even people coming in here. So I'm done rambling. That was my Pluto and Saturn conjunction coming out in my 6th house of daily routines and health. So now that I'm done rambling about that, so what is happening now is we're building up to the full moon. The full moons are already intense. Most babies are born on full moons. Okay, it affects water, and we are water here. It will affect us. It's going to rise us up. Okay, people get more violent during full moons. Now, because this full moon is on steroids, because it is a lunar eclipse, January 10th, with the Pluto and Saturn conjunction, be careful. That's all I have to say. Be careful. And Jupiter is conjunct the South Node, which is, the South Node is karmic stuff. It's old stuff. It's stuff that is just no longer working for us. We could be doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results. That's Jupiter South Node. It's showing you, what the hell are you doing? And you keep doing it over and over and over and over and expecting a different result, and it never changes. That's insanity, defined in the dictionary, right? So what is it that you could do wherever this is in your chart? If it's in your 6th house of daily routines and health, do you keep drinking and to the point of blacking out, and then in the next day you're like, what did I do? Why do I keep doing this? Why am I not loving myself? Or maybe it's ruined so many good relationships in your life. Wake up, finally make the change, make something that you haven't done before. Or maybe you keep smoking cigarettes and you're like, these things are killing me. It's hurting me. I have this cough. Maybe you have cancer. There's people walking around with freaking little oxygen tanks and they're still smoking cigarettes. They're going to buy cigarettes. That shit is so addicting, but there's help. And I have a system as well. So if you're interested in quitting smoking or anything like that, I have a good system that will help. That is over time, because the process, slow and steady, wins the race and that thing. So if it's in your 7th house, maybe there's just something that you keep doing over and over and over in all your relationships and all your partnerships. Reconsider what that is. So I talked about the neutron star collision that happened last night, and the crack in the magnetosphere, and the coronal hole facing Earth. We have a lot of energy coming in. There will most likely be a lot of weather craziness. And I had talked about this last month, that the first 3 months in 2020 is going to be off the hook. And I wasn't lying. We're already seeing it. I had a dream that we had a 13 magnitude earthquake, not here. I think it was in Siberia or something like that in my dream. And then there was a 9 magnitude. And when I saw that 13, I thought it was real, because like I get alerts on my phone. And so in the middle of the night, I'm like waking up to this. So I thought it was real, but it wasn't, thank God. It was a 6.6. So yeah, there's warlike behavior breaking out. And let's see. So what we need now, we need people to step into their leadership and change their values. What are your values? If it's money, if it's having nice things, having a nice car, these are all things that they're monetary. They don't last, and it's not going to give you happiness. So seeing that, and seeing your relationship to money as well. So we're being asked to try another approach. Take a path that you were too scared to take in the past. Tony Robbins has this quote that I love. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So look at the 3D and act in the 5D. See past the veil. See past the things that you see in the 3D world, and see with spirit. See in the 5D. See with your heart. See what you can give back. See how you could help. And then see the unwanted situations to make change. Believe there is something bigger at play happening right now, even in the midst of the dust and the debris and the fog where we can't see fully what is happening right now in humanity. And spiritual revolution, being aware and staying in, and enlightening others, being aware of the darkness that is trying to bring you down or hold you back or put you into their darkest hours, right? We need to stay light. We need to stay positive and know that there is a bigger thing at play here. And remembering that the light will win because it's intelligent. So keep faith and don't give up. Choose peace, not war, because war is where we've been and peace is where we want to be, but it is the unknown. We have a fear of war and we have a fear of the unknown. So choose the fear that we haven't choose and get past the fear, because there might be something really beautiful on the other side. So choose the unknown, for if we keep doing what we've always done, we'll get what we've always gotten. So that is the end of my rant and this Coffee and Cosmos. I hope you guys got a little something out of it. And just going back on the comments here. Capricorn season is usually a bit depressing. Yep, and a bit of seasonal depression, yes. So Ginger, you are a Cancer. So this eclipse that's happening on the 10th is directly affecting you. Both the eclipses, actually, because the last eclipse was on the 25th. So who do I have in the room? Say hi, I'm ready to chat. Yeah, I literally have been in, I don't know, I feel like the universe has just wanted me to stay still for a couple days, and I did. I did that. The last 2 days, I stayed on my couch, stayed in my pajamas, and just laid low. And this, I think, for a lot of light workers have been happening. I've been hitting up some friends. They're taking naps and they're tired, and we're integrating a lot of this new energy coming in. But I also believe that we're holding light for the collective. I got about 2 hours of Reiki and energy work yesterday. Really keeps me down and keeps me where I could like meditate and like put things in perspective and integrate a lot of energy. So like that's really good for the collective too. So anything that you do as far as self-care is extremely good for, hi Stephanie, is really good for the collective as well. So just think, right now is a great time for self-care. So taking salt baths, eating healthy, especially with all this crazy like geomagnetic energy and radiations that we might not have experienced before. Like in the winter, it's December, the beginning of December in 2017, when you had the neutron star collision in August 17th. We were really feeling that energy when we had the full moon in Gemini, and it was very aggressive. But like I said, there is a dichotomy in the universe where when you have a certain energy come down, you have its opposite come down to balance it out. So keeping that in mind when we're having new energy coming in. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone knows, but I do life coaching. And I use your birth chart to get to know you better and to see where your soul's purpose is, and to get to know your communication style and stuff like that, to better understand how I can assist you in your soul's mission here. So if no one knows what I do, that's what I do. And my website is www.lucidlivingmovement.com. I have a 3-month course package and a 6-month course package where you're working intimately with me for 3 months to get you where you want to be. And I am your accountability partner. And that, rewatch the video if you just joined. Hi, Dylan. I have a lot of information that has to do with a lot of what we're seeing in the world right now. And It's something that astrologists have been prepared on because we look at charts for the future. We see what's going to happen so we can better prepare ourselves, our life, and what might be happening. It's predictive. Okay, astrology is predictive, just like weather is predictive. But we all know that the meteorologists that are doing weather have not been very good at predicting because of the unpredictability of the global change right now that's happening. So I feel astrology is a little more accurate because we have a lot of data to look at in the past. But yeah. You have any questions? Should I pull a card? I have the Wonder Woman, or the Wonderland, Alice in Wonderland deck. We could do a spirit animal. Oh, does anyone want to pull a card? Alice in Wonderland and the spirit animal deck. These are my two faves right now. So I'll just pull one for the collective then. If nobody wants the card. Ooh, thanks for the heart. I like hearts. Hearts are fun. Hearts are pretty. All right, let's see here. What we got? I'm sweating. Man, what 2 cups of coffee will do to Karina. Woohoo! I have to go to work. I've been playing around too much this morning. Okay, Stephanie, I'll pull a card for you. Do you want an animal card or do you want a tarot? I'm going to do the Alice in Wonderland for the collective just because the readings are so long on it. I got to get ready to leave. Okay, for the collective. For this intense, pivotal point in humanity. Swipe left or swipe right. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Nothing's popping out, so I'm just going to pick a card, any card. How about this one? Boop. Ooh, she looks crazy. Oh, is that a skunk? I don't know. Says 43, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7. That's relationships, balancing between light and dark, balancing masculine and feminine, and positive and negative. Manage to be glad. Ooh, that's inspiring. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. Isn't that relevant? Because with all this craziness going on, what's up, Juan Wade? Oh, I'm just finishing up. I'm picking a card for peeps. So rewatch, please. Okay, so 43, manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. I wish I could manage to be glad, the Queen said. Only I never could remember the rule. You must be very happy living in this wood and being glad whenever you like. So the Queen is almost berating Alice, imagining her to be happy whenever she wishes, thinking that the business of being happy is simple. As the Queen, she feels it is not simple for her, but she wants to manage to be glad, except, as she said, she cannot remember the rule. Is there a rule to happiness? Is there a way to manage to be glad? When this card comes to you, there are 2 possibilities. Just as there are 2 sleethy tolls in the painting. Okay, let's look at that card. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I don't know who those guys are, but I thought they were skunks, but there's something that I don't really know. Never heard of that animal. Must be in Wonderland or somewhere around the world that I haven't been. The first is that others assume your life is simpler, easier, and that happiness comes more readily to you. there is the implication that they have to that they have it harder and must struggle to be happy. This is not the case at all. Your happiness has been earned. In some ways, you have created it by directing your thoughts and impulses towards the steady creation of happiness. That's so true. The second possibility is that you must learn how to be happy. Having joy in our lives is not just good fortune, circumstance, or temperament. It comes through the careful management of our thoughts and deeds so that we nurture the possibility of joy and move even closer to happiness. I saw those hearts, thanks. Do not let others steal your joy or imply that being joyful means that you are not as serious, deep, or hardworking as they are. Happiness is often hard earned. We must find it amongst the most troubling of challenges. Alice has learned to do this. Despite being lost and everything around her being so unpredictable, we too can manage our happiness and defy those who claim it to be more difficult for them. We can all do this, no matter our lot in this lifetime. So the deviation is your happiness is in your own hands. It is something which we can manage, nurture, and grow from. We can grow it as well. Acknowledgement that life can be very difficult and challenging, but you are being asked to grow the happiness you long for out of your magical will and desire to feel joy once again. So that's super true. So during this time of evolution and growth, right? Growing pains are really painful. And we all know that in our own lives. It has to happen. I remember being young and being dumb and leaving my purse inside my car while I was at work, and I come out to my car and my car window was broken and my purse was stolen out. Well, those were growing pains. I learned that I can't trust people and to not leave my purse where people that are shady can see it, right? So we're all doing this dance, and we need to stay positive, and we need to create our own happiness because, you know, people might think I'm always happy. But you know what? I go through things, and it is a daily work to keep myself in a positive state of mind, because that's the only way that is going to help me be happy in this human body, because I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, right? So like I have my vision boards. See my vision boards? Those keep me happy. Those keep me on track. I have words of positive affirmations hanging on my ceiling. I surround myself with positivity, and I try to keep myself around people that are positive and uplifting and want the best for me, as well as I want the best for them. Yes, you have to be consciously conscious. Boom. Hey, what's up, Christina? Thanks for joining. Yeah, rewatch the video. Has a lot of information, and I hope you guys are doing good during this crazy time. Yeah. So I'm going to pick a card now. I'm going to pick one for Stephanie. Whoop, there's Stephanie. Ooh, she got the black egg. Stephanie, are you still in the house? Throw up some emojis or some hearts or something, just so I know that you're still here. And does anyone else want a card? I'm going to pull them now. I'm going to get my book real quick. Where's my book? God. Where's my book? I got my book. Okay, so here's my book. All right, cool. Does anyone else want a card pulled? Christina? Yeah, woohoo. I'm gonna read yours, lady. So Stephanie, so the black egg, so this deck has all 4 elements, right? It has water, earth, air, fire, and then it has spirit cards. The spirit cards are the special cards, and you got a special card. Yeah, there's usually a pretty long reading for it too. So let's see. The black egg. Okay, speaking from an authentic voice and truth. So the black egg contains one of life's essential treasures and truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies. Not even a white one. This living and breathing vessel honors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, and perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in, and concepts of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? What is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment, every situation. It's epicenter of truth and birthplace of our voice. So to work with this black egg, Stephanie, is the 5th chakra. So this card resides at the base of the throat. So working on the throat, the throat chakra is blue. Wear more blue. That's a really easy way to activate your throat chakra. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Especially pure, that's what this means. Especially pure. So the balance of this center is important for all of us, but is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. So there's that reading. Did anyone else want a card before I close up? I have the Animal Spirit deck going on, and I also have tarot. All right. Oh, Christina. Okay, Christina, did you want the animal card? What animal to work with? Blue light bulbs. Oh yeah, blue light bulbs. That's a good one. Oh yeah, I was listening to those frequencies yesterday. Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh, I'll pick one for you, Wade. All right. Christina, you got the peacock. Yeah, no problem, Stephanie. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. The more the merrier, you know? Sometimes it's not really fun to talk to myself when no one's in the room. Sometimes I've had to do that, but I have rewatches, you know, about 200 people rewatch the video. So I have to keep doing it regardless. It's nice to have people in the room though, you know what I'm saying? So I could not be talking to myself. I don't mind. I do it all the time, especially now that Ted's gone. I used to talk to him and it was a great excuse. Sometimes when I'm driving, I'll just put my earpiece when I'm talking to myself so it doesn't look like I am. I'm going to paint my nails blue now. Fuck yeah, dude. Nice. I need to do mine. Woo. Okay, so Christina, you got the peacock. Inner beauty, compassion, a simulator of everything. So the beauty of the peacock is unraveled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life. So it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. So when in balance, confident and kind. When it's out of balance, we can't digest situations. And to bring into balance, meditation and the meditation on the navel. So that's yours. So pretty. They have peacock feathers at Michael's. They're really pretty. All right, next we got Juan Wade, my BFF, my fellow twin. All right, I'm gonna shuffle these, and this one's for Juan. All right, Juan, work with for this. Woo, woo! It's a bee. Oh my God. I totally see you as a bee. You're a little busy bee, you're queen bee, you know what's up. You moving around a lot, making things happen, getting that honey. Getting that honey. All right, let's see. Boop-de-boo. Earnest, hardworking, and democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around. Yeah. Especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They're sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the hard work. Then they gripe and then they sting. Oh yeah, totally Juan. When in balance, content, active, vibrant. When out of balance, overworked and annoyed. And how to bring this into balance? A mini vacation. Maybe to California to visit me. All right, that's for you, Juan. All right, I thought I had one more person that wanted a card. Let me just look here. Oh, Shaniqua. Shaniqua, are you still in the house? Shaniqua, you are the girl I never had, and I want to get to know you better. All right, I'm gonna shuffle these and then pick one for Shaniqua. All right, animal spirit that Shaniqua should work with. Oh, you want tarot? Okay, let me go back. Yep. Oh no, my battery's about to die. No. Okay. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these, see what tarot card. Okay. Okay, this is for Shaniqua to work with for this full moon. Oh, there it goes. It turned over. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. All right, let's see here. 5 of Pentacles. Has to do with money for sure. My computer is being like super duper slow right now. It's like the screen disappeared. My life. Where is everyone? Oh, there I am. Oh, scared me. I thought I lost you guys. Okay, awesome, Shaniqua. Okay. Boom. Sorry about this. Maybe I should just use my phone because my computer's like really slow right now. Sorry. Okay. I'll show you the card. All right. So in this picture, it looks like a woman is walking in the snow, and there's this guy that's pretty crippled, and he's like walking beside her. And it looks like they're walking by a church, right? The Five of Pentacles is about it's about hard times. It's also about rejection and also about ill health. So it says running into material troubles, so losing a job or income. So I don't know if this is something you could relate to, Shaniqua, if you've lost a job, or maybe you feel like your security is being challenged, or you're going through lack of finances, or feeling run down or tired, refusing to take care of yourself. Maybe you're neglecting something in your life. It could be neglecting your finances, or maybe you're just feeling like you have a lack of support in your life. Maybe any time that you turn somewhere for help, you're getting rejected of some kind. So if you could relate to this, this is what this card is. And being able to turn that around is just looking deep within to find out like what it is that strengthens you. How can you better assist yourself in moving towards your goals? And sometimes we're not going to get the help that we need, but it's really just teaching us how to be self-efficient and learning from our own mistakes. Sometimes we'll take on jobs and stuff like that doesn't really fit like our calling or our higher self, and those tend to not always work out or follow through. So there was a point in my life when I was younger where I was getting let go, fired, or companies I was working for would go out of business. And this happened so consistently during my 20s that I ended up just totally going in and building my own business. So I'm self-employed, and it did work out. And that was because that was my soul's purpose. So sometimes things happen where at the time you can beat yourself up and say, oh, I'm not good enough, or I can't keep a job, or like no one likes me, or maybe I don't have the skills, or I'm not good enough to be an employee. But you know what? Maybe you're not good enough to be an employee. Maybe you're only good enough to be self-employed. Maybe you're only good enough to be a business owner, because everyone has their gift, right? You can be a gift of a worker bee, or you can have a gift of being a queen. So with that being said, I am going to wrap this up because I got to go. I've been on screen for about an hour now, and I wish you guys the best. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here and supporting me and my mission to really help give one person at a time. All right, peace out, guys. Your Lucid Living Coach, Karina. And it's not going to stop now because it doesn't want me to go, because it loves me. My computer is so slow. It's so slow.